Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome to Little's Law YouTube channel. In this video, we will see an example using the flexible file writer. So one of our subscriber has asked for an example or a demo on how to use the flexible file writer where we can extract the values and write it in a file. And as we all know, this flexible file writer is and has given us the capacity or the ability to save the file in any format that we need other than XML or CSV. We can even store the results, or we can extract the values and store it in a file which is in a text format. So today in this video we will see an example of how to extract the values and write it in an external file. So let's start the demo, and before the demo I request you all to subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed yet. Please like, share your comments and feedbacks in the comment section, and share the video with your friends. So let's now start how to write the values in an external file using the flexible file writer. So for that, first let's add a thread group. So I'm adding the thread group. I'm going to add thread and thread group, and other thread group, let's add a HTTP request. So this is the page where we are going to get the request and pass the values as response to the file. So for demo purpose, I'm using a Blaze demo website. So let me show you what is in that website. So here we have this application. So this is the page we are going to hit, the blaze-demo.com, and in this one, in this page, what we're going to extract is we're going to extract the departure city and then the destination city. So we're going to extract these places in two different columns. So let's see how does it work. So it's very simple. So we're going to extract the departure cities, say for example Paris, Philadelphia, Boston, and then the destination cities with multiple iterations. So the first step, we have added a thread group, and then we have added a HTTP request, and under this we have added which page we are going to hit, that is a blaze-demo.com, and the request is going to be get request since we are going to extract the values. And after that we will need two separate post processors which are the XPath extractor. So let's add two XPath extractors. So one is to extract the departure and the next one is to extract the destination. So let's now enter the values for extracting the values. I mean, again, XPath extractor has a lot of examples on how to do it. So we will see what is an XPath extractor and how does it work in a separate video. So for now, let's use this XPath extractor to extract the values from this page. So let's go to the first XPath extractor, and here I'm choosing the use tidy as the option, and then I'm choosing the quiet since they will help us to extract the value and they will write it in the text file. And now I'm creating a variable. So the first one is going to be departure city. So I'm giving this departure city, and then the XPath query is going to be select. So I'm selecting the name of the city, which is under from port, and next it comes under the option. So this is the XPath query. So we are selecting a name which comes under the from port, which is an option. Then we choose match number as 0 and the default value. What if the value is not available, or what if the value is not being extracted properly? So we can give it as error. And then let's now move on to the destination city. So we have the departure city, and then let's now move on to the destination city, and let's now add the XPath query. So same way, it's again selecting with the name. That for that we give at name is equals to port. And let's close it, which comes under the option. And then for the match number, let's make it as 0, and the default value is going to be error. And here again we will choose this used ID and quiet, and then we are using the main sample only to extract the value. And let's now move on to our flexible file writer, and that's a very important one which we have to have. So for flexible file writer, we'll have to choose the listener, and under listener we will choose the flexible file writer. So we have chosen it. Let me remove it and we'll bring it out again. I'll go to the thread group, add the listener, which is the flexible file writer. So we have the export extractors, which extracts the values, and then it will pass it to the file writer. And before we move on to run it, we have to make a small change inside one of the settings files that we have. Without making that change, this extraction won't happen. So for that, so to make that change, we have to go to the user.properties file and open the file, and under this we have the values where we can set. So here are the sample variables which we are going to set. The first value is going to be departure city, and then the next one is going to be destination city. So let's check it once before we close it. So departure city, and next one is going to be the destination city. So make sure you give the right name of the variables here in the file, and after that let's save this file. And before we execute, let us restart it, so only then the values will get captured, or only then it will get effect. So let's restart this file now, restart this test plan. Before that, let's save this under the flexible file writer, flexible example 1, save it. We are restarting it now, and before that let's close this. So let's now open the example 1. So here we have our HTTP request where we are going to request the values, and then we have the export extractor where we are going to extract the departure city, and then we have got the export query here, and then the destination city. And inside the flexible writer, so here we have to make some changes. So what are the changes? So we are going to display the departure city and the destination city. So let's give them 2 rows. So first is going to be departure city. So this is a kind of label like what we have in a table. So departure city, and then the next one is going to be the destination city, and under this value, so we have to give the values as variables, since we, if you remember, we have given the sample variables at the user.properties file. So what we have to give is we have to give these values as variables. So we have to give the variable 0, so it starts from 0, so variable 0, and then let's give a space for this with the /t, and then let's enter the variable 1. Let's close this again. So since this will break the line, and it will bring all the values to the next line, and then we'll enter a write file footer so that we can understand that the value has been closed after this. So now we have got the HTTP request, the export extractors where we extract the departure and then the destination, and then we are writing this into a file. On top of it, let's add another listener, which is the view results tree, to make sure that everything works fine. Let's save it once, and then before that we will increase the loop count to 5, and let's run the test. So the test is completed with 0 errors, so there are no errors in it. So let's open the file and see what was the result and how does we extracted it. So here we can see the values are displayed. So the Mexico City, and then the Cairo and San Diego, Berlin, Philadelphia, New York, and Portland, Rome, and Paris, Buenos Aires. So this is how we extracted the values from the request from the page using the XPath extractors, and we write them in the flexible file writer. And what if we want to overwrite the file? So for that we can choose overwrite existing file. So say for example, if I'm running this test again, let's see what happens. So I'm just closing it again. So we have run another test, and when we open the results, we could see there are two sets of results, so for the first one and for the second one. So what if we want to just have one set of results every time? So for that, let me clear these, or let me just keep them. Let me just close it without saving it. Let's see. So we have files here. So what if like I want fresh files, a fresh set of results every time? So I can choose overwrite existing files, and let me clear this, and let's run this test again. So the test is completed now, and let's open the test results file, and here we can see the previous values have got removed and the new files have got overwritten. So this is how the overwriting of test results work. So I believe this video will be done very useful to you. We will meet with another example for the flexible file writer in our next video. Until then, it's bye from Vasan Shanmugam and Little's Law.